Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 41 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, aka your mom call me over when she needs something fixed. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid, JB. What's up?
Living good, man. Volume 41 is reverse of 14, which was my jersey number all throughout hockey. So shouts to that. It's episode 41, Living Good, the Bucket Up Podcast. Your boy, the kid JB. Could have been right last week. I'm Mr. Told You So, Ty. And why is that? That's always because when I tell you something, I'm not always right. But when I am, shit, I told you so. But I'm feeling good, man. As they always told me, tell me, Jesse, wake up or feel good. You woke up, you're winning. So I'm winning. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, bro. Just cooling. About to get my haircut later, which I need to. I'm Senor Straggly ass nigga right now.
Dude, I was seeing that.
Huh?
Listen, I was seeing that on Twitter. Your barber canceled on you?
Bruh. Well, I mean, I feel like we kind of take for granted that like barbers are real people. Not really, but like, you know what I mean? They're always there. You're like, yo, you set an appointment. They're always there ready to cut. And I feel like they be working like wild hours. Like, I'm pretty sure my barber like cuts from like something like crazy, like 9 to like fucking 6 or 7 at night. So, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, he might get a break in there every now and then, but that shit is wild. But yeah, he was telling me he was sick. And it sucks. He like texted me like 3 or 4 hours before I was supposed to get my cut. I'm like, fuck, because like I'm supposed to be going to Mexico next week. So and we leaving on Friday. So I'm like, yo, I can't get it cut next weekend. I'm not trying to be up in fucking like Mexico looking like a goddamn hobo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
But
think that's
nah,
wild that you have your text messaging with your barber. That's like a wild relationship.
wait, you don't?
Nah, where I'm at now will
Wow.
not. Nah, couple things. A, your man's losing his hair. I'll say it on the air. It's all good. It's a genetic thing. It's not really anything you can control. I'm blessed in other places, so it's Gucci.
Oh my god.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. Big
Oh,
Sean. But beyond that, nah, I go to like general places like Great Clips or Super Clips or whatever
that's
the fuck.
wild, B. I ain't even know it was like that.
Well, listen, man. Listen, like your head, your hair is equivalent to my beard. You know what I'm saying? It's sensitive. So there's no good real barbers out here that have lined me up. So I've gone on and shouts to Joelle. She got me one of those single blade razors, like that you do like your own shit. And I've been lining my own shit up. And actually, I've been thinking about setting up a shop. So hit me up.
Okay.
Anyone that needs their beard lined up,
I mean, if you're doing it yourself, that's what's up. Like, if I could fade myself, I would, but I can't. So, you know what I mean?
Shouts to Rockabilly Barber, to my brother-in-law's shop. Like I said, one of these days we're gonna get out there to New York and we're gonna have a tie get lined up
See,
for my brother-in-law.
I can't, as a black man, go to no Great Clips or no Super Cuts, no Lady Janes, none of
No.
that got of chain. I can't be out here doing that.
Back in the day when I had a Jufro though, yeah, it was selective. I had to go to unique spots.
Yeah, because yeah. So basically, with me, it took me forever once I got out here to find a barber. Like fucking, I went to mad different spots, got my hair fucked up.
How many times do you get a haircut before you're like, yo, let me get that number?
Well, it was like I was trying different spots. So like I was like Yelp, and like it's wild because it's like there's no black version of Yelp. Yelp is mostly just white people because black people don't usually go through the take the time to fucking Yelp out a place, especially if it's like
They would just talk. They would just
yeah, you just hear it like from word of mouth. Like you talk to them, they'll tell you, or
yeah,
like
but
they'll say something on Facebook or some shit or Twitter, but
or
like
they'll walk out the building and just talk shit from the outside.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's something I couldn't really just go and like I tried to look around. I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to not. I'm doing like some semi-racist shit. Like, let me see if I can find out how many black barbers are up in there. You know what I mean? And not because I don't think white people can cut my head. Like my homie back home, Gil. I mean, he not white. He Puerto Rican, but you know what I mean. He fucking fired with the Clippers. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm trying to find one that's not gonna fuck me up. So I'm just looking for familiarity at that point. And So I went to like so many places, and then like the cut would be okay, but it'd be like weird barber atmosphere, and I'm like, that cut's not good enough for me to go back. And then I went to this one spot. It was I should have known. It was one nigga just chilling there. This Puerto Rican dude, and he just like chilling in the chair when I got there. I'm like, oh shit. You know how like you go to the barbershop and there's a lonely barber?
Yeah, and you're kind of wondering why he's lonely.
Yeah, it felt like the whole shot was just one lonely barber.
Yeah.
And it just this dude, I'm like, all right, whatever. Let me get a cut. He was like, all right. This dude was doing a whole like stand-up routine while he was cutting my hair, like saying jokes, using the fucking clippers as a microphone, like pacing back and forth. I'm like, bruh, I'm just trying to get my hair cut. I'm like, I felt like I had to laugh and shit. Like some of the shit was funny, but I'm like, bro, you workshopping on me, B? What's happening?
Yo, back when I worked at Verizon, like when I was like young, like 18, 19, we worked next to a hair salon, and we made friends with the girl that worked there. And she's like, I'll just cut you guys' hair on the side because, you know, you hook me up with accessories and, you know, chargers or whatever. But she was like a big ass cokehead. And one time she was cutting our hair and she did this like huge ass line of coke and was like, all right, who's first? And we're like, nah, we straight. Like, we don't want you putting scissors near our head now.
Yeah, we Gucci, fam.
Like, so we just left. We're like, nah.
Just ripping lines of coke.
Yeah, I was like, you could have done that shit after you cut our hair. Like, what the
fuck? That's fucking wild, B. Nah, I ain't never had that, but I think I ended up going to this spot called Gentleman's Cuts. And because I actually seen something online about it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna check it out. And I went there and I hit up the first chair that was open was the homie Pat, and he laced me up. I was like, yo, this is fire. They had other fire barbers, so I was like, yo, if I can't get in Pat's chair, like I would know I'll be good because I was like watching them and shit. The only thing that sucked was at the time it was like you couldn't do appointments on the weekends, so y'all had to just walk in, and I'd be there for like fucking 8 hours, just terrible. But then eventually my barber ended up leaving. And when he was leaving, he was like, yeah, yo, get my number. That way you know where I'm going. And so now he's like in one of those like buildings that got a bunch of like, you know what I mean, barbers and salons and massage therapists and shit. And like it's him and two other dudes. And I just like I just text him like, yo, you gotta open it on Friday. He's like, I bet come through around 3, and then usually it's good.
Yeah, I mean that's tight that you guys have a relationship like that. I mean, I try to think the closest thing to that would be because there's a spot in Tempe called Electric Haven. Shouts to them. I don't know if they are even around anymore, but this dude that was like the owner, his name was like Travis, and he looked like Travis from Blink-182, and that's what like
Travis Barker.
Yeah, the tatted guy.
Wow.
He looked just like him, you know. But he was nice with lining beards up, and at the time I had like, you know, a good flow going, so he was good at lining me up and shit. And I was cool with him to the point where like he was so bossy that like you had to have an appointment with him and shit, and I would forget a lot of the time, you know.
And you just would show up
and he'd be so cool about it. He'd be like, "Oh shit, Jesse, what's up, dude? I'm swamped." I'm like, "Oh yeah, appointment. You said that like 6 times." He's like, "All right, well, I'll skip lunch." I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's good. It's cool." I'm like, "All right." And then he'd like skip lunch for me and chop me up. I'm like, "All right, cool." So I would, you know, tip him fat. But beyond that, now it's just kind of like roll of dice. I mean, I get a haircut probably once in every 1 month, 2 months.
I like to go every 3 weeks. I've pushed this one probably like a month or so I'm feeling real straggly.
You know, it's funny though. I did go to a black barbershop one time. I've been to plenty, but I recently went to get my beard lined up. And one of my homies who's black was like, "Yo, did you get your beard lined up from a black person?" I was like, how'd you know? And he's like, "I can just tell by the way it's lined up." And I'm like, "Shit, I bet." Like, so for that, I don't know. Like, I was just kind of like, "All right, man." Like, you know, I think it would be wild if I just came out and was like, "Yo, could you tell that a black person did this?"
Like, nah, I could just tell you got laced by a barber, fam.
Right. No, but it was funny that I was like, "Damn, spot on." But
that's fucking funny. That's crazy. But yeah,
Did you get your shit lined up though? No, my bad. It's at 3.
At 3, yeah, it's gonna be later. But yeah, I'm trying to look fresh out in Mexico. You know what I mean? drinking out of coconut and pineapples and shit. But yeah, what you end up doing this weekend? You was just chilling.
Weekend was cool. Shouts to the homie Rod, man. He's from LA and actually went to college with him. Shouts to ASU. He was in town, and so I drove out to kind of like your town, your neck of the woods, North Phoenix.
Oh, you was over here?
Not too far, not too close to Glendale, but not too far. And ended up chilling. Just went to Sandbar for like a couple hours. I got you know me, man. I'm not out here with the bottle. I'm out here with the food. So I was just smashing the burrito and a couple of enchiladas while they were throwing back some Dos Equis. Bro, what's up with? So you get this a lot. You have wild t-shirts. Your hats are on point, A1. People always out here reading your shirts, pointing out your hats. I'm just trying to live, you know. I rocked my enemies hat, which is like the Friends logo, but it just says enemies instead of friends.
Right.
At least 4 times did my boys, girlfriends, friends, boyfriends, girlfriend, whatever, have to point out the fact that, oh my God, your hat is the same as like the show. I was like, yeah. Second time, oh my God, like it's like Friends, but it's the opposite. Yeah. Third time, oh my God, that show is the best. How do you not like it? I was like, when did I say that? I don't like it though.
Trash.
And then by the 4th time, Styles, my man, just cut her off. He's like, all right, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want him to take the hat off? Like, I don't get it.
I've never gotten like somebody compliment my shit like multiple times. Usually it's just like a one-time thing. Be like, yo, that's cool. You got the best shirts. That's it. Like, yo, I fuck with that hat. You know what I mean? Or somebody be like, yo, that fucking shirt's sick. That's pretty much it. I mean, one time we went to brunch with people from work, and I had on my shirt that said, sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come. And it was like all old ass people. It was like, oh my God, that shirt is like me. And I'm like, fuck.
I told you one time I was at breakfast and this guy was a Knicks fan and he saw my Knicks hat and he's like, wrong team, buddy. I was like, okay, who's your team? He's like, I'm a Knicks fan. I was like, so am I. He's like, oh, that's a Knicks hat. Okay, carry on. I was like,
what did you think it was?
Like, I don't know. I was like, my man, this is blue and orange. Like, what? I don't know.
That's wild.
It was funny as shit though, because I was like, yo, you just out here looking for fights, old man. But I don't know, because where I'm at, like, it depends. If I walk past somebody and they got a cool shirt, I'll give them the, yo, nice shirt. I'm not going out of my way to tell somebody, yo, that's a funny shirt. You know, that's just not in my nature. That's not in my playbook. And you know,
I mean, if I see somebody wear something sick, I'm like, yo, that's sick. Like, I'll say it if they were like close to me, but like,
right. But you're not gonna get up from your table, walk up to them, and be like, yo.
Nah. But I had that happen. Like, I was that same shirt. Like, old people just love that fucking shirt. I was at the taco spot and the lady got up from her fucking table. I was like, oh my God, where'd you get that shirt? It's so great. And I'm like, fuck. Like, it's probably not good that old white people love this shirt, bro. I need to chill.
Yeah.
It's cool,
I mean,
though.
Yeah, I also had like my Mighty Ducks t-shirt on and they thought it was like the Mighty Duck, like the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I was like, nah, it's just a duck. That's Mighty. It's a joke.
Bro. It's from
like,
the shirt.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. I guess it comes with the territory. If we're gonna wear shirts, pop culture, eclectic t-shirts, people are gonna ask questions. We gotta answer them, man.
I get it. I mean, I'm never like annoyed with it. I was just
yeah.
Funny to me. What was I gonna say? What did I do this weekend? Oh, yo, we went to go see Ocean's 8 yesterday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. It was actually pretty good. You know what I mean? I feel like I saw, was it Ocean's 10? Is that the first one? Ocean's 11?
Ocean's 11.
One of them motherfuckers. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember it that much.
It was 10,000 lakes from Minnesota, and then it evolved to an ocean, then a second ocean.
I don't
then
know
11. I don't know.
But yeah, all I know is it's a heist movie, and it didn't really stick with me. So I was like, whatever, I'll go see it. You know what I mean? I fuck with all the people that was in this movie. Sandra Bullock, you know, fuck with her. I fuck with obviously Rihanna, Mindy Kaling, old girl that was on fucking that OJ's Simpsons TV show. I don't know if you watched that.
I watched bits and parts of it
The O.J. Simpson one, not the documentary.
on FX
Yeah,
with
that
John
shit was
Travolta.
wild, bro.
John
Fucking
Travolta was ass in that show. Be
yo,
real.
bro. I was like, was he playing a dude that got lipo or that had got Botox, or did he just get Botox for the role? Because his face was not moving the whole series.
It was leftovers from Face Off. People don't people don't know that he actually got that face surgery and swapped with Nicolas Cage.
Wow, so that might have been Nicolas Cage in the movie. Shit.
You don't know.
But yeah, no, that shit was wild. Cuba Gooding Jr. playing OJ, fucking. But the chick who played Marsha Clark was good, and Vance B. What's his last name? It's Vance B. Something. But all those people were good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the chick who played Marsha Clark was in this. I can't remember her name right now. And a bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, we want to go see it. Me and Katie enjoyed it. It's a cool little heist movie. So I definitely recommend it. Why not? Fucks with it.
And then wait, so shouts to Movie Pass. Did you use your Movie Pass?
Yeah, they got some shit though now where you have to fucking
explain to me. I still don't even get it. You pay the price, they give you what, a little barcode, you get to scan it every time, or how do you walk in?
So basically you pay I think it's $10 a month. It's been going like up and down. I guess they've been changing this shit. But like if you already bought it, you stick with it or whatever the hell your price is. But it's $10 a month, and then they send you you download the app first, but then they send you a card, like it's basically like a Visa card that says Movie Pass on it. And then you go into the app, and then you can see the times on your app, and you pick the movie that you want to go to. And then once you're close to the movie theater, you can check in your app, and then it'll load money onto your card that you just pay for on the ticket. Like when you just like buy the ticket like regular, but it's just with your movie card.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm. And then I mean, there's also movie theaters where you can just do it online, where you can just like automatically do it online, but it's only like the fucking Studio Movie Grill in Scottsdale. Like
I got you. That place is whack.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever. Like the food is super expensive, but the only reason we've gone is because we had Movie Pass.
I went there one time to see it was on Christmas Day, and I saw Wolf of Wall Street, and it was the first time I ever been to one of those restaurant type movie theaters, and the whole point of that is to order the food, right? And like this guy kind of like scoffed at me and moved seats because he was mad that I kept ordering food. I was like, yo, my man, go to a regular movie theater then. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, he kept like shushing me and shit. I was like, yo, you're gonna get these
eating or something?
No, for talking to the waiter. I'm like, how else am I supposed to tell the motherfucker what I want? Like hand signals? Like, yo, number 7. Like,
I mean, I guess it would probably make more sense for them if they had like tablets in every seat that you can just order your food through the tablets, and that way you don't have to worry about
smart. Yeah. Talking. I'm like asking opinions. I'm like, what do you think about the quesadilla?
They're like, shh.
Yeah, the guy's like, shh, how dare you? I'm like, bruh.
Anyway. We should have ordered it early, I guess. All
right. So back to Movie Pass. I was confused on how shouts to Trav and Aubrey and Tegan, baby Tegan TV, live from Coachella. How and why did he get caught up, and what do they mean by sending them pictures of?
Yeah. So before it was just like you go to a movie a month. They've been like playing with shit because obviously the deal is $10 a month. You go as many movies as you want. So that's like obviously they were losing money. So it was just like a thing they were doing to get more people to sign up. And so they're tweaking with how they're going to use the shit to make themselves more profitable. You know what I'm saying? So they were like playing with like only making it 4 movies a month. And then they did that for some people and people got pissed. So they went back. And then they now they're doing this thing where you have to like take a picture of your fucking ticket to verify that you're going to the right movie, which I get because you could finesse before the ticket thing. You could just literally be like, oh, I'm going to this movie and then go to another movie that wasn't supposed to be like, you know what I mean, on the thing, or like go to a movie that like a 3D movie or some shit, or fucking like one of them, like, I don't know, Dolby surround sound ones that are like more expensive. You know what I'm saying? But now they're trying to crack down on it because they're not trying to get finesse as much, which is like, I get it. It's just annoying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that comes with the territory, though. If you're going to have something that's successful and moving, I mean, you run the chance of somebody trying to finesse the system, bro. That's only nature.
Right, and I get them correcting it. It's just annoying. Now I gotta take fucking pictures of my ticket stuff. Trash.
That's funny. You just like sending wild, random like selfies or
Yeah.
like ticket stubs. Like, sir, we don't need your face in it. You're like, all
Uh,
right, well, I just
well,
want to prove that I was there.
here you go. But it's like whatever though. I get it. But again, I just realized how much you really could have been finessing them the whole time. But it's cool.
Hey man, it depends if you. That's like a lot of effort to finesse like a movie theater. Like you're already getting a hookup. Like the finesse I hook up. Like come on,
Yeah, that's true.
you're pretty petty if
Like
that's
when
the case.
you ever, like I don't know if you ever had the person who worked at like a fast food spot and they give you the hookup. You ever had that?
Yeah.
It'd be like that person like giving you all the free food. You're like, yo, fam, you ain't put no chalupas up in here? Bruh, I got this to you for free. What the fuck you mean? Asking questions and shit.
Beggars
Like,
can't be choosers.
right? I remember that when I worked at Dunkin' because at the end of the night, like basically we just throw out all those donuts, like because we're not gonna keep them shits till tomorrow, obviously. You know what I mean? And so people would come in, and at the end of the night, I'd just be like, "Yo, you want like fucking three dozen donuts, fam?"
They're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then I like give it to him like, yo, you gonna give me like all Boston cream? Like, nigga, that's what we got. I don't
Now
like,
about to make more donuts for you.
fresh donuts for your ass. Like, you getting this for free.
Wow, people are like that, man. They're like, well, shit. I mean, if you can give me 3 dozen donuts, the odds of you giving me something besides a Boston cream should be high.
Right? And
I'm
like,
gonna
bro,
speak
a
on
lot of these Boston creams, fam. Like, yeah, that's what we had left, fam. I don't like, bro, don't argue with it for the nest, bro. You just gotta come up. Just take it.
Yeah, that's fine like that. That's like me, man. When it comes to people like, you want to finish the sandwich? I'm like, yeah, bet it's gone. I'm not like, what's on it? It's a wrap. You
Right?
ask me what it is.
Right? Like I might ask because I don't fuck with it, but that's it. But like it's more just because like I don't like it. But if
I'll ask like afterwards. I'm like, that shit was good. What was it?
yo, that wasn't that great. It was chocolate. Yeah, I don't like chocolate. Like, why'd you eat it? I don't, man. It was free. Nah, that's the one thing my mom taught me is, you know what? Never question the come up, bro. You just take it.
Right.
100%. But yeah. I guess we can move on to some other topics. You know, we like to get it bracking with all the Twitter topics of the week. I seen one that was weird. I mean, it wasn't weird. It was intriguing. And I was talking with the homie Crystal at work about it, and she was saying like how
shouts to your job, by the way. You always dropping new names recently.
Yeah. Well, Chris has been there for a minute. I just I don't know.
I know. I'm just saying. I've heard new names rather than old.
Oh yeah, for real. But she was saying that this happens to her when she's talking to dudes and it gets annoying. But it's like when a girl says, like they're texting each other and the girl says like, "Oh, you want me to come over and like watch the game with you?" And then the guy say, "Oh, if you want to," and then she'd be like, well, like, do you want me to come over? Yes or no? And then the dude would be like, I mean, yeah, if you want to. And so they're saying like, if a dude says some shit like that, like, don't even bother. And I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it Krista?
Crystal. I don't know. I don't. It was just like it was a Twitter thing, so it wasn't just her. But
well,
she was saying she relates to it.
Okay.
Like,
well, I mean, I'm letting her know that guy's not interested.
That's what they were saying.
I'm not being mean. I'm being honest. Like I want what's best for Crystal because you rock with her. She's your homie and coworker. And I'm keeping it funky. You know,
she was saying that's how she felt. That like if a dude says that he don't really want you to come over. But I was like, yes, probably so. But also he could just be like, yeah, man, if you want to come over, come over. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't speak for all guys, obviously. And I can speak for myself back in the day when I was on the market. That was something that was like my go-to if I wasn't interested in hanging out with somebody. It was like, because
why don't you just say no? That's what they were saying. Like, why not just say yes or no? Like, just tell me no.
Because this is where guys are dirtbags. If we definitively say no, or in this case, that guy definitively says no, he is afraid that he's cutting off what could be a booty call down the road. To be honest,
Yeah, that's what it is, huh?
because like he doesn't want to be like, no, I'm not interested in hanging out, and she's gonna be like, well then fine, bye, and because then later down the road that night he might go out with the boys, and he's like, whoa, yo, you were talking about hanging out, why not now?
Right. Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'm out here defending it because I'm all, wholesome Harry over here. I'm like, yo, if I told Katie that, like, usually if I'm just saying it, like, yeah, if you want to come over, like, I'm not meaning it like, oh yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, no,
You
because
know what
then
I mean?
and then also if a guy says some shit like, yo, well, I'm at the house watching the game with the guys, you can come over if you want to. If he said, yo, I'm hanging out with the girls or with the guys watching the game, no, I can't, then that's a bullet she can use for an argument later down.
That's also true. I
Like,
think
oh, your
I
boys
can
are
see
there,
that.
fine.
I can see it like, yo, he don't mind if you come over, but it's like he also is cool if you don't, and he can just watch the game. But he doesn't. It's not like he's, it could be like I'm not like super opposed to it. Would I prefer to just watch the game? Yeah, like, and I think sometimes it might just be I don't really think you're gonna have fun watching the game with my homies. Like, to be real, like if you want to come over after, for sure. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's also an angle that could be the genuine side. Here's the also,
Yeah,
douchebag.
it's probably definitely more the fucked up side for
Here's
most.
the also the douchebag side of it is if he says these terms like if you want to, then it makes it seem like it's her idea. So when she comes
Right.
over and all he does is watch the game and doesn't entertain
Hey,
her,
hey, you wanted to come over? I told
you
you what I
want him
was.
to come over. I was watching the game. I'm not shit when I watch the game. I just sit here and smoke weed. Sorry.
But I
And
think I can see it too. Like, dudes don't want, because if you say some shit like, "Nah, I don't want you to come over because I'm watching the game," like, I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna pay attention to you. Like, that's the straightforward what you should say, because we should all be honest. But we know for a fact that some girls might take that shit the wrong way.
right, they'll take that the wrong way. And a guy, to be honest, a guy doesn't have the balls to say it. A guy doesn't know how to say, nah, Sally, I'm good. I'm gonna watch the game with the boys, and that's it. Like that's it. Some dudes don't have the ability. Some dudes will say, yeah, if you want, like, sure, if you
Yeah,
want. I mean, dude, I don't know every guy. Every guy's different. I mean, I'm sure I could ask homies at work, and they would say one thing, and I could ask the homies from
right,
back in the day, and they'd say another. I asked you, and I mean, you're obviously on a different side of the fence than I am.
right.
I
Well,
mean,
obviously, I'm gonna be more direct with Katie now at this point. I'm
yeah,
saying, like,
yeah.
in the before, I might have, because I can. I'm sure this has happened before where it's just been, what I mean. Katie be like, "Oh, you want me to come over and hang out with you and so," and I'd be like, "I mean, if you want to, I don't think you're gonna have fun though."
Dude, same shit. Tell Crystal or ask Crystal in reverse if she was going out to brunch with the girls and a dude was like, "Did you want to hang out?" And she knew that like he wouldn't have fun at brunch with him and just the girls.
All right.
She's maybe doing him a favor,
Right.
I don't know the
I
situation.
I don't know what the original might have just been like, "Hey, do you want me to come over? Just come over in general."
Yeah, if he says if you want all to everything, he just does not know how to say I'm
That's
not interested.
That was saying our thing was like super specific thing, like he doing something with other people, and he kind of like, I don't know if you be like one. He either like, I don't know if you're gonna enjoy this, so he's trying to like being lukewarm for your sake, or he's being lukewarm because he don't want your ass there, because he don't want to have to like, what I mean, split its attention. But also, if you're just saying like, yo, you want me to come over, like, to hang out just in general, and he's saying, oh, if you want to, like, yeah, he probably don't want you to come over.
Right. But yeah, he's not interested. He's a little interested if he says, if you want to, comma, I'm watching the game, you might not have fun.
Right,
He's looking out for your interest, and he does want you to kick it, but not really right now.
right.
If he says, yeah, those are the two opposites or the two extremes, I'd say.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, because I was out here defending it, and now I'm kind of realizing I was a little wrong. Because I was like, I can see him. Because I was thinking more like he said, "Yeah, if you want to," but that's way different than just saying "if you want to." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He already said the "yeah" part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, dudes do that in a offensive move as well. Because if you're asking a girl out, it's not it's a way, it's like a softer rejection.
Right.
If you say like, "Yo, we're going out to Mill tonight. You can come. We should meet up if you want to. Come if you want to." So it's
Yeah.
not like, "Yo, my night is depending on like you meeting up with
Yeah.
me."
That's true.
So there's levels to it, man. Like
Yeah, I definitely do think it's like a thing where
there's
people don't want to
levels,
seem people don't want to seem too over eager, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you want me to come over? And it's like, yeah, if you want to.
bro.
Not like,
Like
yeah, come over.
there's levels to it because it's like my homie shouts to Styles. He's from Ohio. He's a Cavs fan. I'd be like, bro, come over for game 4 if you want to, knowing that they might get swept. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right,
understand that, like, there's context to it, but
right.
that's funny though because we, I think, yeah, I think that's a funny dynamic because now that me and you are on the bench, so to speak, you've always been. I've been on it for the last year and a half, 2 years or so. Um, Watching this idea of like this evolution of like, man, guys are hard to figure out. Like it's kind of funny
I think
because
it's both. I think it's both ways too. I think dudes be doing shit that's perplexing to women, and women be doing shit that's perplexing to dudes. Like it's almost like we both all are just complex humans that are fucking hypocrites and idiots, and suffer
well,
from the same kind of pitfalls and shit.
yeah, but I feel like when it's like it comes to decoding messages or like context of a hidden message within a text or whatever it may be, it's like, oh, what does he mean if I want to? I think he means like
Right.
if you want to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. It could really it really
Like,
could just be him just being like, yeah, if you want to. But I could see a chick taking that like, bro, I'm asking you a yes or no question. Hit me back with a yes or a no.
yeah.
Like, and
But
I was saying like, yo, if two people are feeling each other, like, regardless of what you say in that text message, like, y'all gonna figure that shit out. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you're not a flaky person though, man. So you're binary. You're either fucking with it or you're not.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you're trying to kick it, you're like, nah, I got this lined up. Sorry, it's
Right.
good. But if I'm like, yeah, you want to kick it, you would never say some shit like, yeah, if you want. I'd be like, all right, well then you don't. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah, yeah, that's true. I probably wouldn't it would be the situation with like I wouldn't be sure if somebody would enjoy coming. So I'm like, if you want to, but you know what I mean? But in there it's like, hey, bro, if you don't fuck with it, don't blame me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It'd be like,
Uh
yeah. So like for our example, I know like, you would want to hang out, but it's like, yo, I'm throwing a baseball party if you
mm,
want to come. Yeah, I know you don't fuck with base, that type
right.
shit. It's like I
So you
know
just
you want to kick it
asking
with
because
us.
but
Yeah.
but I'm like, I probably don't fuck with that.
Yeah, like with me with fantasy football, like yo, I'm throwing a fantasy football party if you want to come. I'd be like, like
Yeah, no, I get it.
you
Yeah,
know.
no, that makes sense. But I also too is like I mean, this is like different stuff, but I've never been one of those people who are like, "Oh, yo, you trying to come over?" And I'm like, "Yo, who's all there?" Like, I just never been one of those people.
Man, shouts
Like,
to
yo, all coming.
I had a homie. He is notorious for that throughout college. He made us name everybody that was at the party
Like,
before he came,
bro, just come. What are you
and
doing?
we started making up names eventually just to fuck with him. Be like, yo, little Tony's rolling through. We
Yeah.
got Bebop. I think little Stagoots is coming.
Like, I get it.
Snoots, Bizbop, and he's bringing Chad. Ice is coming with Heat, and I'm just making up shit now.
All right,
But
no, like I get it because it's
yeah,
like if you don't fuck with certain people, you don't want to go to a party and be around people you don't fuck with. But I feel like people just be doing that to stall. It's like, yo, who gonna be there? Like, bro, what the fuck does it matter? Your friends are gonna be there.
yeah, we talked about flaky people on last episodes. Bucket up, but yeah, for example, yeah, perfect. That's a perfect example. People asking questions are like buying time. They don't want to go. They're just trying to think of an excuse.
Right. Oh,
But
sometimes it's just like how you got people who are just introverted, so you kind of gotta force them to do shit.
yeah, but and I don't know this dude, and I don't know her. So shouts to Crystal. But I'm saying like,
Oh yeah, like I said, it was like her something she related to. It
right, right,
wasn't
right. I'm saying but going forward, if she's messing with a dude and he says some shit like, if you want to, I would say more than less, it's him being like, like if you want to, because I don't. But it could be the fact that he's doing something that he's like, I don't think she'll have fun. And I'm not the best entertainer when it comes to just watching a basketball game. So
Yeah.
I'm not setting myself up for failure because that could be like their first time hanging out, and he doesn't want to be a fucking schlemiel, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It's funny too because I got a homie that's been like going on Tinder dates the last a couple months or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, like he's been feeling like he's kind of over it. I'm kind of like I'm wondering how anybody really be finding people on them apps because he's just like there's so many like games people play and like so much shit you got to decode and navigate, and you know what I mean. Like he been thinking that he been getting finessed, like you know what I mean. End up being people said it was like a stomach date because like you know what I'm saying. Like he just ended up going on these dates and paying for food and like he'll you know what I'm saying he'll fucking they'll like make out or something or like do some shit and then they'll be like, oh yeah, let's hang out next week and then like ghost them and shit.
Stomach date?
Yeah, so basically it's like a chick only go out on a date because she hungry.
Are you serious?
That's what he was saying. Like a friend told him, like, I don't know. Like it could have been other shit. It could have been, you know what I mean? They went on a couple dates with you and other people and they kind of like, you know what I mean, chose somebody else because they had a deeper connection. But like the way our culture is right now is like people don't just say, like, yo, I'm not feeling it with you. You know what I mean? They just decide not to text people back and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that like a very close relation to like if you want to, just a girl's version? But
ghosting? What are we
talking about? No. A dude saying, yeah, let's hang out if you want to, and a girl then being only going on a date because she's hungry.
That shit is wild, B. But I would be so wary of that, like, because obviously, and I was asking him too, like, did like any of the girls like do the dance? You know what I'm saying? Like the fake, like, oh no, I'm gonna pay for like at least for myself. You know what I'm saying? Or were they just kind of like waiting for you to grab the check? And he was like, nah, they were just waiting. Like, yo, that's fucked. Like, you gotta at least pretend like you might pay.
I read, okay. I always say like, all right. I watched this YouTube video, or it was on TV or some shit. This guy did a study where he went on like 10 dates or 5 dates, some shit, and he left his wallet in the car. And he wanted to see if homegirl would pay or just assume if she was gonna pay. So when it came time for the bill, it would just be like an awkward silence, and he would give like a time frame to see if she would reach for her purse to see like, oh, like, I thought you would get it. Like she assumed he'd pay for it or some shit, and like 4 out of 5 of the girls like just waited for him to pay like past the time limit, and he's like, oh well, shit. When did I say I was gonna pay for this?
All right.
But it goes back to like we were saying, like who asked who out. You know what I'm saying? Like if a girl asked a dude out, and he said if you want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think that's true. Like if a girl asks you out, then I guess the expectation is supposed to be that she's paying, right?
Right, and especially if I'm like, if you want to, this was your idea. You know what I'm saying?
They'll still probably call your ass broke after.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Then,
but you gotta see, even if she asks you out, you gotta do the dance too. Like, you know what I mean? But in your case, the dance is probably more so like you probably gonna end up paying. You know what I'm saying? Like with her, is like you probably still not gonna end up paying. Well, then it's like the only thing in society. Like everything else is like obviously women equal and they should be equal, and like paying for a dinner is not that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of weird. Like that's the only thing left that people are like, nah, dudes got to pay for a dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, shit, maybe it's time to switch up and like girls can start asking dudes out to breakfast or something. Like that's the new finesse. Like instead of dudes being like, yo, you want to go out sometime, some night, some girl could be like, hey, I saw you from across the aisle at the grocery store.
Yeah, girls don't be hitting on dudes like that though.
You want to go to IHOP? I heard they'd be changing their name.
Although I think I saw the thing because back to Crystal again, she was saying that she would never ask out a dude because of like the rejection, and so she was like, I don't know how dudes do it because I would be way too scared of getting rejected. And I'm like, yeah, and it's kind of funny because like a girl, basically, if you're not asking dudes out too, then you're basically just waiting for somebody to ask you out instead of going after what you want. You're just waiting for shit to come to you. I feel like that's not the correct way to find what you want, right?
Right, and then they'll say some fancy shit like, "Oh, don't look. You'll find it when you're not looking." I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah. But shit. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, man, maybe the girls can be taking these dudes out for breakfast. Shouts to IHOP with the humble flex, trying to finesse and change the entire name on us,
Mm.
flopping the P upside down to a B, which got millions of people on Twitter and the world guessing what the fuck this the B to stand for. For us, I thought it was the Bucket Hat Boys.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
International House of Bucket Up, maybe. Our new studio could be just flipping pancakes while we chopping it up. My real guess with my gut would have to be International House of Breakfast,
which makes sense because, like, you know, they got way more shit than pancakes.
It's kind of like an all lives matter thing, you know. People
like,
what about other
more shit?
Yeah, what about other breakfasts? Waffle House, you can only go there for waffles.
All right.
IHOP, you only go there for pancakes. What if I want a whole array of breakfast? What the fuck?
Yeah, so that's been what it was. I thought it was funny though that they were basically pretending to be Bloods on Twitter because they were just like, yo, we still gonna have band cakes and shit.
That's funny, man.
Like, they just put bees and everything, and it's like, bruh, do they know what they're doing?
I was trying to think of other restaurants that would like change their name and shit. Shouts to the homie RJ. He used to work at a TGI Fridays that was out in Chandler that burned down one night, right? And he was working the night that the restaurant caught fire. And man, he came home laughing. We were dying because we're like, bro, how was work? He's like, yes, I don't have a job. We're like, yo, you got fired?
And did he get fired or did he what happened?
He was telling us that, you know, the restaurant caught fire because of a kitchen grease fire in the kitchen or whatever. And he had a customer that he told everyone, like, hey, the restaurant's on fire, you guys have to evacuate. And this lady's like, what about my food? Can I get it to go? He's like, lady, everybody's food is to go. Like, the building is on fire, you know? So then he's chilling, we're smoking, like trying to calm him down. And I'm like, don't worry, RJ. Like, they'll make a better Fridays, bro. And my homie's like, yeah, they'll call it Saturdays, son.
That's dumb. Like, I feel like they should call, you know how there's like Tuesdays, Ruby Tuesdays?
Ruby Tuesdays, yeah.
Ruby Tuesday should just be called Not Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or Cracker Barrel should just be called Whiter Denny's.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Although I guess Cracker Barrel is wild. That's a wild ass name.
Dude, Cracker Barrel. You said, do you ever go to a Cracker Barrel? Now that you said that, you ever drive past a Cracker Barrel and see nothing but white people outside?
Bro, it's just white people on the porch, bro. That shit is, as a black person, that shit is scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
bro,
funny as shit.
Like,
it's definitely alarming, yeah.
I don't get that aesthetic. Like, you just got white people rocking in a chair waiting to go get their food in the inside. I'm just like, nah, I'm off that. I'm okay.
I'm trying to think of other restaurants. Yeah, but yeah, Ruby Tuesdays should just be called Now Fridays. I'm thinking like any place in Arizona that tries to say like New York style pizza. I'm like, you could just take that out.
Say the pizza, bro.
Yeah.
Why is Chili's called Chili's and they don't even serve chili?
Wow, I never even thought about that one.
Like, shouldn't they be called ribs or some shit? The baby bag rib spot or some shit. Why is it called Chili's?
Yeah. I was also thinking about like Pizza Hut. They got so much money at this point. You would think they'd upgrade from a hut to like a house.
Pizza House.
Pizza House.
The thing is, Hut. I guess Hut flows, but it don't. Should be like Pizza Condo. Pizza
luxury apartment. That sounds tasty.
Pizza Abode.
Pizza Mansion. That'd be sick.
Did anybody know where Domino's came from?
Nah. I know there's Domino's on the box.
Right.
So there's that.
There's nothing to do with a Domino that has anything to do with pizza.
Maybe they set the pizza like when you order a pepperoni, they set the pepperoni up like Domino's.
Is it?
No.
Maybe because it's boxes that line up.
Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, depends if you're going chain restaurants. I mean, shit. Like, I think at this point, Ronald McDonald, he's on a first name basis with so many people that we could just change the name from McDonald's to Ronald's, and people would still fuck with it.
That's true.
You get Big Mac from Ronald's.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like Burger King, I get it, you the king of burgers. Shouldn't it be like Royal Burgers or something like that?
Yeah, Burger Royale or some shit.
Trying to think of some more shit. I guess IHOP was the one that made the most sense because it's just like it's not just pancakes.
Is it forever though? Is it gonna be like is the IHOP?
I don't know. I don't know if they rolled it. I don't even know if this is confirmed, but I'm guessing that's what else could the B even stand for?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. House of, I guess. That should be wild.
Bananas.
Waffle House probably should change their name to like Cheap Breakfast House.
Waffle Universe.
Waffle Universe. Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking. Well, I was saying, like Pizza Hut, they have a hut. Waffle House at least has a house. I mean, their property value is up there.
I mean, usually when I go, all I want is a waffle anyway. But I'm sure other people get other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I get that as a dessert. I get the Grand Slam, or not the Grand Slam, the All-Star breakfast, like the egg sandwich.
I know, is that the one? I know they got one that's like a sandwich, and then they got it on like a biscuit that's like has jalapenos in it, and that shit always looks fire, but I never get it.
Right? Nah, I've never had that one or heard of that one.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I don't know if I'm making shit up.
Could be. That's cool. Maybe they'll have it in the IHOB menu. I don't know. That's not gonna roll off the tongue that quick as IHOB.
Yeah, it doesn't.
IHOB it.
Like you're trying to go to IHOB.
That sounds like corn on the cob.
Nah. Whatever though. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, you guys are doing this to us, man. When's this going down, bro? They got like a date or an album drop when this is going down?
I thought it might have already happened. I don't even know. That shit was wild though. I was like, they just decided to change shit up. And then I couldn't tell if it was just like a stunt or some shit.
That's really inconvenient. It's kind of like when like football teams change their uniforms, or like the dolphin. They went from like a dolphin to what it looks like a whale now, and like now everyone that has jerseys and shit got to upgrade.
That's fucking wild.
I don't really think people walking around with like IHOP t-shirts though, being like, "Shit, I gotta get the new IHOP t-shirt."
Get the IHOP. Well, I'm thinking okay. So I just looked it up. They said that tomorrow basically is when they announce it.
Oh shit!
So we're gonna find out, I guess, tomorrow. But it's funny. They're just like, oh, the possibilities. They really went full blood.
Damn, dude. What if they're finessing us and they're just like way late on an April Fool's joke?
Right.
That's funny, dude. The possibilities.
Yeah, bro. They said we're giving you more pieces to the puzzle.
Dude, the CEO is like a former blood.
Bro, they about to gangbang. It's about to be them versus Waffle House versus fucking Bob Evans. Fucking, what's all the breakfast spots I can't even think of? Fucking American Egg. All the motherfuckers.
American Egg, US Egg, you mean?
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called. I ain't never been to one.
US Egg's pretty good, actually. The Huevos Rancheros is fire.
That shit got the worst name ever.
What, the meal?
No, the fucking restaurant.
Oh.
US Egg. I'm like, oh, what is, okay.
The chicken was born in the US, bro. What else do you want?
That's fucking wild. Some Bruce Springsteen shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, man. There's plenty of restaurants that could be changing their names.
Like, I mean, yeah, true. But yeah, I guess we can. My bad. After wrap this up.
No, so last night, so I was kicking it with what's his name, my man Styles, and he wanted to, since our boy Rod was in town, he wanted to go to Sandbar, and Rod was like fixated on watching this guy trying to like holler at this girl at the bar, right? Mm-hmm. And this dude just was like, cliche, like mid-age crisis type guy, had his hair slicked back, like button-up shirt tucked in his jeans. And he was shooting his shot with this girl that looked like she was actually within his age brackets. I don't know why it was that much of a shot, but what was I gonna say? He started doing some funny things that Rod was pointing out to us, and me and Styles were like, bro, we don't care. Like, you're the weirdo now that you're watching him, you know? Mm-hmm. And we got to talking and debating, like, where are we at? Like, is people watching okay? Like, are you the weird one for watching people? If you notice somebody do something weird, are you the weirdo for witnessing it?
No, people watching
No?
is always okay.
I bet. I bet.
Bro, that's like the best thing ever. You just watch it like you go to the mall, you just what I mean, you might be chilling at the food court, or like when I was in high school, we used to go to the grocery store that had like its own like fucking place where you can like eat and shit, like kind of like a mess hall or hall or some shit like that. And we basically just watch all the wild people that come in there because you don't realize how many people are just wild on Earth. You just watching people and you're just like, yo, these people are fucking crazy.
I guess I'm guilty of it at the gym, bro, because I mean I'm not perfect when it comes to working out.
The gym is the last place I do it though. That's the only place I don't.
Well, no, I don't judge people or nothing, but like, you know how I fucking, and you could see it, fuck LA Fitness. I'm all over it on Twitter. Like every day the fucking machines are down, and there's this guy at the gym that breaks every fucking machine.
Oh yeah, fuck that dude.
And I watch him just out of concern because I'm like, here he goes. This machine's about to be down tomorrow, and I'm planning to use it, and now I can't. It was funny as shit because, dude, for the last month, every week the sauna or steam room has been down, and that shit completes my workout, man. Like I can't really enjoy the gym unless that shit's up and operating. And of course, it's not like the poor college kids' fault that work at the front, right? And eventually, I caught they had to catch the smoke because I was fed up, but I was really polite about it. And the dude working was like this, like, college student that just a stoner or whatever. And I was like, man, I know it's not your fault, but fuck, what's up with the steam room and the sauna? And he's like, bro, there's the guy in there that every time he leaves, like it's broken and we have to fix it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not one to snitch, but I probably know which guy you're talking about. And he's like, oh, dude, who is it? I was like, well, I don't know his name. I don't know who he is.
Well,
I don't snitch, but I definitely know. I think we're on the same page. And we just started laughing. And I was like, I don't know. If he shows up next time, like, I won't point him out or nothing. But like,
that's funny. Yo, I ain't no snitch, but it was that nigga over there.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I want to be like, I'm not really into snitching, but like, he just walked in. You know what I'm saying?
Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not really on that snitch shit on these streets, but he be wearing a red hoodie like right now. Shit is wild. That's
He's getting a Gatorade. He's carrying a green bag. But beyond that, I'm mouth shut, bro.
That's funny.
It's like I overheard his friends calling him Steve, but besides that,
I don't
know nothing.
I don't know. You can't get shit out of me, bro.
Yeah. even if he does drive a Nissan Altima. And tends to come in from Tuesdays to Thursdays at 5. But beyond that,
nothing else, bro. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, dude. People watching is cool, bro. I feel like if you don't watch people, sometimes you just miss shit. Like my favorite thing is I'm just like in the office and I'm looking around and I see people stumble. And then they look around and think nobody saw it, and then I just IM them at their desk like, yo, I saw that shit.
Yeah, that's always funny, bro. I tell people, bro, like, I'm sorry, like, if we're an adult and if you fall by doing nothing, I'm just gonna laugh. Like, I'm sorry, like,
I'm laughing at 100% of the time.
Yeah, like, unless you really hurt yourself, I won't laugh. But if you're just walking and you can't do that without falling, like, I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
For sure. I mean, I'll ask if you okay first.
Yeah, and if you spill lunch or something, I'll be like, damn, that sucks that you spilled your Chipotle, but that's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, I'm always rooting for the most funniest outcome at all times. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I'm laughing first. I'm laughing first, crying later. I'm always going with that motto.
Life is way too short to be serious all the goddamn time.
Bro, if you felt that shit's funny, just take it. All right.
Honestly.
So, we out here. But anyway, I think we've made it burn to our favorite part of the pod, which is Song of the Week. I know you be all in the newness. I think this is a rather new song, so I'm gonna plug it. I've always been a fan of his. Kid Ink.
Oh, okay.
One Time.
Oh yeah, that's relatively new. There you go.
So shout out to Kid Ink. One Time they were playing it when they had a montage of KD losing throughout all of the times in his playoffs, and then him back-to-back Finals MVP. So that was pretty gangster, and that was a good song. So shouts to Kid Ink one time.
Yeah, that's what's up. Somebody, it's funny. Like Kid Ink is basically just like a mixture of Tyga and Chris Brown put into one person. I'm like, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, really. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, okay. So my songs of the week. Did you listen to the? I know last week we were talking about Ye. I wasn't feeling it. Did you listen to Kids See Ghosts, the one with Ye and Kid Cudi?
Yeah, I listened to like 3 out of the couple of. I listened to like 3 songs, so not the full thing. And from the 3 songs, they were all right. I'm trying to remember the one specifically that I liked, but I can't off the top of my head. But if I had to, I'd say probably 3 out of 5 bucket hats.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
3 out of, I mean, that's not great. You must like Ye better. See, I like this one way better than I like Ye.
Dude, I liked Ye because it had like a variety. Like I could pinpoint a different Kanye throughout all the songs. Like I was like, oh, that's Graduation Kanye. That's fucking Dark and Twisted Kanye. Damn, that's College Dropout Kanye. So I thought that was cool, and I think there's more to come. All that shit that he was flying people out in Montana and wherever it was.
He dropping 2. So after this one, next week he got it's like they've been doing all these 7 albums. He started with Pusha T, then himself, then him and Cudi, and then next week it's supposed to be Nas with a 7-track album, and then after that Tiana Taylor, and then that's it. Just like the 5, I guess. So more Kanye produced shit. But yeah, nah. So I like that. My song of the week though is "Addicted to Ballin'" by Kamaya and Schoolboy Q. I ain't a Crip. I'm not a blood either, but I like to be, fake blood just to, be dumb, just so I can replace my C's with B's and shit. But you know what I'm saying? That shit wild. Probably have you, Crip walking in the street and shit. So shout out to that song. Check it out.
Word. And usually the B's replacement with the C's is because we're bucket up and, everything starts with a B. So it's a crazy world out there, you know what I'm saying? But Ty, again, man, episode 41 of Bucket Up Podcast, bro. I am amazed and admire the fact that you put up with me week in and week out, bro. I don't know how you do it, but yet again, thank you. To all the buckets out there putting up with us week in and week out, we say salute and shouts. For those new to the program, Ty, where can they find us, bro?
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook, Bucket Up Podcast. We're on Instagram as the Bucket Hat Boys on Instagram, and then we're the Bucket Up Podcast on Twitter. Make sure if you fuck with us, leave a review on, on iTunes. If you on the Apple iPhone posse, you can hit us up on Google Play and leave a review. Definitely let everybody know about us. Leave comments on SoundCloud if you're really trying to fuck with us, and also too, if you like, I know the homie Kurt be leaving comments all the time. If you got some shit you want us to talk about, like hit us up, bro. Like throw it, because we always looking for new shit to talk about. So just shoot us some shit in the topics. You know what I'm saying? Let us know some shit you want us to touch on.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, thanks for listening again. We out.
Yeah, and I just want to say shouts to Bob the Wicked off Instagram, bro. At first, he came at me with some salt because I was talking to the kid Mero from Jesus and Mero. We started talking. I showed him our product, and he actually showed love, and he said, wow, you guys are actually mad funny. I can't believe I'd find a podcast from throwing shade. I think you guys are funny as shit. So shouts to him. He asked if I'd throw him a shout on the pod.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so we all love, man. We're about bringing up local too. So if you got a voice and you wanted to be heard, ask to be on the pod. We're trying to get our homie Tim about beer and wine on here. We're gonna get the homie Terrio talk about parenting, being a single parent, yada yada. And yeah, we're just gonna keep growing, bro. So get used to the wave because eventually we'll be swimming. So again, man, yeah, bucket up. We out.
We out. Cheer.